And shifting our focus to another breaking news, and this is regarding the Pannun assassination plot case. Indian Indian national has now pleaded guilty. An Indian man has pleaded guilty on Friday to orchestrating a failed assassination plot against a Sikh separatist in New York, part of a broader pattern of attacks against Sikhs across the world. Prosecutors had said that the man, Nikhil Gupta, had been hired to carry out the plot by an official inside the Indian government. The government has rejected that accusation. Mr. Gupta, who appeared in federal court in Manhattan on Friday, pleaded guilty to all three charges against him. And Aditya Rajkor, my colleague, is still here with us. Aditya, tell us more about this breaking news we're getting to you at this point of time, that an Indian man has now pleaded guilty in the Pannun assassination case.
Well, that's right, Rahisha. That's the big breaking development coming at this hour, even as the federal court hearing is underway. Even as we speak right now, there's been a big development. Indian national Nikhil Gupta has claimed that he is pleaded guilty inside the court. We'll have to wait and watch how this, guilty plea has established. Is there some kind of a deal that has been done by the federal agency with Nikhil Gupta? The details will come out once the hearing ends. But this is a big development because the Indian government had rejected these claims that came in from Nikhil Gupta and also investigators in the United States. This concerns Gurpatwan Singh Pannun, who's a banned terrorist as per the Indian laws. His organization, the SFJ, Six for Justice, is also a banned terrorist organization as per the UAPA of the Government of India. Now, this plot has been in talks since the last 2 years, ever since 2023, when Hardeep Singh Nijjar, a known Khalistani terrorist, was also killed by unknown gunmen in Canada. That deteriorated tensions and related developments between India and Canada. But as of now, it's a huge development coming in.
Right.
Nikhil Gupta, an Indian national, has claimed that he is guilty in this. Gurpatwan Singh Pannun has also given a statement to NDTV that, it's a big development, and of course he welcomes this. But certainly from the Indian law perspective, he is a terrorist and there needs to be action by both US and Canada in this. We'll have to wait for India's reaction that could come in by tomorrow.
Right, Aditya. Let's also just tell our viewers that Gupta has pleaded guilty on 3 charges. That's murder for hire, conspiracy to commit murder for hire, and conspiracy to commit money laundering. And Aditya, when we combine all these 3 charges, Nikhil Gupta, an Indian national, could be sentenced for 40 years in prison.
Well, certainly, it's a very serious crime, if it has been proven, and there is, of course, a plea that has been made of guilt. In this particular case, the maximum sentence could be to 40 years. Whether there will be some kind of a relaxation, if there is some kind of a plea bargain or some kind of a deal that has been established here, we'll have to wait and watch. But from the Indian government perspective, this is also a big development because at a time when India was pressing both Canada and US to take action against the Khalistani terrorists and elements, comes this big development of a claim by Nikhil Gupta. Now, was he acting alone or was he acting on directions of someone hasn't been established clearly because there were investigators pointing to Indian government's role, an intelligence agency that could have been involved in this. But India has completely denied the charges and said that they had no role to play, while an internal investigation was also launched by the Government of India.
Right, Aditya. It's important to even mention to our viewers that the Indian government has disassociated itself from any plot against Pannun. We'll have to wait and see what reactions we get from the Indian government right now after an Indian national, Nikhil Gupta, has pleaded guilty in the Pannun assassination plot.
That's right. That is the latest that we are picking up. In fact, in the last 2 years, there were a couple of statements issued by the Government of India on this, saying that there was an internal investigation and inquiry that was ordered that is being carried forward. But at the same time, disassociating and rejecting any kinds of claims that came in from the US or from the banned terrorist organizations regarding a plot to, assassinate a Khalistani. A lot of these claims have been made, but the evidence has not been shared with the Government of India. So that is very crucial at a time when Trump administration and of course the Modi government are very close at this particular stage. We'll have to, of course, wait and watch for the developments that take shape right now and see how the Government of India reacts to this development. There are, both directions that have come in, but of course, the court hearing is still underway. We'll have to wait for that court hearing to end to also wait for Government of India to come out with a statement.
Right, Aditya, we'll have to see the statement from New Delhi, but as we speak, New Delhi has disassociated itself from the Pannun assassination plot case. But thanks for getting us the latest, Aditya.